Welcome back, everybody, to Throwbacks with the Technodrome. We have a new segment for you this week, something a little different. A few weeks ago, we had given you a scale snake draft with our favorite cartoon theme songs of all time. So, what we're going to do is we're going to take those picks and we're going to throw them into a bracket, a big fancy 16 team bracket. Yes, 16 teams. We had to throw in one extra off of our 15 cartoons that were picked and throw in one extra pick. And we made a fancy 16 team bracket. And I'm going to share my screen with you guys so you can see that. And you can see how
we apologize to all of you listeners from Spotify and
Yes, thank you,
Apple.
Duffy.
I'm going to because Scales is going to run through
yes
our lineups here.
Yes, I'm going to run through them and head over to YouTube. If you want to see the visual.
You won't be able to see Scales completely nude right now.
Oh man. Well, if we weren't canceled before, we are now. All right, so here we go. So, what were you going to say?
I was going to say, yeah, speaking of shorts.
Hey,
there he is.
So here we go. So we're going to call this the Western bracket. So in the Western bracket, we're matching up our number 1 seed Doug versus the number 8 seed Ren and Stimpy, which was the Revs pick there. We have the number 4 seed Tiny Toon Adventures versus number 5 Muppet Babies. Number 3 DuckTales versus number 6 Scooby-Doo. We have the 7 seed Widget the World Watcher versus number 2 seed The Simpsons. Then over in the Eastern bracket, our number 1 seed is the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, paired up with the 8 seed The Jetsons. Below them, we have the number 4 seed Animaniacs versus the number 5 Adventures of Gummy Bears. Then we have the number 3 seed Tailspin versus number 6 Inspector Gadget. And lastly, we have the number 7 seed G.I. Joe versus the number 2 seed Chippendales Rescue Rangers. So there you have it, our big, awesome bracket. And what we're going to do this week is we're going to go through this first round of matchups. So we have 8 total matchups, and we will sign off this week and end it. We'll be left with the Elite 8, and then we'll carry on for a second episode to come later to finish off the tournament. So
just to reiterate
Yes.
for everybody, this has nothing to do with quality of the show. This is based solely on how much we like the theme song.
that's correct.
And the seeds don't actually really mean anything. They were just a random matchup, right?
Yeah, I mean, I tried to keep kind of. So the matchups are a little bit random, but I tried to keep like our first round picks were our favorites. So those are like the 1 and 2 seeds, and then the last round picks are probably towards the bottom seed. So it'll be matched up properly based on how well we like all these, right?
All right.
So the best should face the best, unless there's some massive upsets, which, March Madness fans, there's always some crazy upsets along the way. So with that being said, let's get into it. And our first matchup will be Doug versus Ren and Stimpy. And I'm going to stop sharing my screen. Duffy, who do you take, Doug or Ren and Stimpy?
got to go with the favorite here. I mean, coming off a huge victory in our draft. Basically kind of undefeated at home this year. They're playing at home. Doug just can't lose here. I mean, you got Skeeter, who can shoot the J. He's a good outside shooter. Pork Chop, he's got a good inside game. He's usually kind of more of the point guard here. He can handle the ball very well. And then you just got Doug. He's just a dominant force on the underneath the rim, and so it's like unstoppable. And the theme song is amazing. So that is my pick.
I like the breakdown. Good choice. Castagna.
I'm not going to go as in-depth as Duff just did, but yeah, I got to go Doug all the way. I do love the Ren and Stimpy theme song. I think it's a great little quirky piece of music, pretty cool bluesy jazz thing, but the Doug theme song is just, it's simple, it's to the point, and it gets stuck in your head to the point where you're singing it for days after you watch the show. So Doug, by far.
I'm going to make it a clean sweep. The number 1 seed is just too much for Ren and Stimpy to handle here. And like you said, Cass, Ren and Stimpy theme song is good. I think maybe out of all 16 of these songs, I feel like that song may fit the show best because it's just so weird and quirky and sporadic and scatterbrain. Like it's just wild. But Doug is, I mean, it's one of the GOATs, one of the greatest theme songs. So I'm going Doug. So let me move Doug forward here in the bracket. And I will move on to the next matchup, which is the 4 seed versus the 5 seed. Excuse me, Tiny Toons Adventures versus Muppet Babies. This is the battle of the adult, the childlike cartoons. The adults made their own fame, but now the childlike versions are, doing their own thing. So Castagna, I'll go to you first on this one.
God, this is a really hard one right off the bat.
Yeah.
But I'm just going to pull the trigger and say Tiny Toons. I like the way that it introduces all the characters, and I like that it feels like a throwback to the Looney Tunes and Merry Melodies intros of yesteryear, back in the day. So yeah, it's great. It's something still. Anytime I hear it, I want to sing it over and over and over. Going Tiny Toons.
All right, Duff.
We're tiny, we're toony, we're all a little loony, and we are going to win. Tiny Toon Adventures will take this victory, and they will move on to the next round.
There you go. I don't even need to vote, but I'm going to vote for Tiny Toons anyway, because that was one of my favorites, and it was my pick, and I love the Tiny Toons Adventures.
Muppet Babies was also your pick, wasn't it?
It was, but I picked Tiny Toons ahead of them because I like it a little bit more. Muppet Babies it's a great one too. Yeah. But the Tiny Toons event, it's just,
the Muppet Babies one's a little short.
Yeah. Tiny Toons tells a bigger, introduces the characters a little more. Mm-hmm. Like we said, we like that. So. Tiny Toons moves on. Nil-faced Doug.
Wow.
Next time.
Wow.
1 versus 4 seed. That'll be huge. All right, moving down. The number 3 seed, DuckTales, versus the number 6 seed, Scooby-Dooby-Doo. Where are you? Duff, who do you got? It's a tough one for you, probably.
I feel really bad for Scooby here. He got a bad placement in this tourney. Played really hard in their own division, but they just will not be able to maintain the powerhouse here. And they're going to be defeated here. Unfortunately, Scooby-Doo is going down, and that's my choice here. It's just DuckTales is classic, iconic, and they're also at home. So
DuckTales, it is.
DuckTales was a winner.
Cast.
Yeah, it's easy. DuckTales. I think that Scooby-Doo sounds a little more dated. Not that I don't like music from the 60s, I do, but yeah, that DuckTales theme is just an all-time great.
It's legendary. I'm joining the party. DuckTales moves on to round 2.
Beautiful.
It's too easy. Scooby-Doo, a great character, but just the theme song is not even, it's not a match. It's a blowout. This is like 100 to 50. Like if this was
reggae?
It's a blowout.
I was waiting for you to say that they played a very scrappy game or something.
That would have been good. I like it.
Hold on.
Okay. Holding.
It had to be done. Okay, continue.
We love good old fashioned dad jokes and dad humor in the show. All right. Number 7 seed, a favorite of Castagna, Widget the World Watcher, versus Duffy's top choice, The Simpsons. Who do you got? Cast.
I can't go against The Simpsons in this one.
Wow.
I didn't see that coming. Wow.
No.
This is upset here, even though wow.
Widget's something I loved since I was a little kid. But of course, I love the Simpsons theme too. The Simpsons theme song is one of the greatest theme songs of all time. That's why we chose it, period. I think I liked Widget more for nostalgia reasons and because it is actually a good and catchy theme song. But it's no Simpsons. It's hurts me to say it just because I enjoy my memories of the little purple guy. But the Simpsons.
We'll say he put up a tough fight. He was one of those,
did.
Yeah. Duffy.
Simpsons. I mean, again, they're the favorite. They're like the Duke of this tournament. They're just Krzyzewski's at the managing them, and they're just going to take it down. Simpsons all the way here. This not even close in my opinion.
Wow. I will. We got a theme going here. Clean sweep.
Yeah.
The favorites are, I think the matchups are going to get interesting once we get into round two. A lot of these first round matchups are a little, blowouts because these top ones are. We just like them a lot better than some of the later ones.
I'm surprised so far though, because I didn't think that you were gonna pick Tiny Toons over Muppet Babies.
Oh, really?
No.
I mean, it was tough. It was almost a little bit, coin flip. Maybe 51-49. It was
Coin toss.
A coin cost.
A coin toss. Yes.
Beat me to it.
All right, so that completes our western side of the bracket. I'm just gonna pull my screen up. Let me know when you guys can see it.
I can see it.
You're just showing us more
I can
stuff that
see
we're
it.
going to agree on.
Yes,
I can see it.
all of our agreements that we made. So we're gonna venture over to the.
That is
Eastern
rare. All the top seeds took down the wins.
Yeah,
wow,
they
that
call
doesn't
that,
happen very often.
I call that chalk in the college basketball world. Very chalky first round in the West there. So we're going to go over to this east side, and I'm going to stop sharing. You see the matchups there. And I'm going to throw it to Cast first. Ninja Turtles versus the Jetsons.
Oh, man. This is another one that sucks that it happens in the first round, but I mean, I'm sure like we're all going to do. I'm going to have to go with the Turtles on this one. I mean, what are going to forsake the name of the show? The Jetsons theme song is great. I really like it a lot, but the Ninja Turtles that's a defining one for our youths, for our youths.
The Utes.
So yeah, I got to go.
What
Turtles.
is a Ute?
Nice enunciation.
Excuse me, the two youths, the two defendants.
Duff, who are you defending here? The Turtles.
I
or
mean,
the
literally,
Jetsons?
look at what we have here. Like, look at our backgrounds. I mean, we are dedicated to the TMNT. This, till death. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, all the way. Not even close. This is like, a Division I school facing a Division II. That's where I'm throwing it. And again, they're at home. So, and they've been on a huge winning streak. So, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles all the way.
Yeah, George Jetson he didn't even see this one coming. He just got clobbered.
He might get a good, he might get drafted pretty well once he goes on to the professionals. But
all right, you know what? Since we're agreeing about everything,
Yep.
I'm going to throw in a quick curveball. Jetsons or the Flintstones, since the Flintstones weren't in contention.
Jetsons,
Flintstones.
Jetsons. Finally, we disagreed on something.
Jetstones.
Jetsons,
Flintstones.
Flintstone.
Forge Flintstone.
Oh God!
The Flintstone sounds like what we do with Duffman.
Batman, the animated series. Yes. All right, moving on. Let's keep this baby moving. Tough matchup here. The 4 versus the 5. We have the Animaniacs versus the Gummy Bears. Bouncing here and there and everywhere. Duffy, who do you got here?
Again, Animaniacs, they've been on a roll lately. They're home again. Top seed here. Gummy Bears is great. They're probably going to go down to the wire. I wouldn't be surprised to see overtime in this game. But end of the day, Animaniacs takes it down. Wacko is just too much for the Gummy Bears. They just can't contain him, and he will get it done. And he will prevail, and so will the Animaniacs.
Cast.
Finally, a disagreement.
There we go.
With the Gummy Bears. Animaniacs is a great theme song, but Gummy Bears, one, makes me feel a little more nostalgic for a time when I was just slightly younger than Animaniacs. But Gummy Bears, the theme song, makes me happy, puts me in a good mood, makes me feel like I want to go on an adventure. Animaniacs makes me a little bit anxious. There's a lot going on. It's like one thing after another after another. And I'm only saying that because I'm pitting the two against each other because the Animaniacs has a great theme song, but going with the Gummy Bears this time.
All right. So for the first time in this whole tournament, my pick actually matters. I didn't have to say anything for the other 6 matchups because it was a sweep. So here we go. I'm going with the Animaniacs.
Yeah.
I love that. I like them both. I mean,
Attaboy.
obviously they're both really good, but
Boy.
I just love the Animaniacs theme song. It just gets me right in the feels. It's just so good.
I'm gonna kick you right in the feels.
Oh, that'll leave a mark. All right, moving on. Let's go to the number 3 seed, Tailspin, versus the number 6 seed, Inspector Gadget. I'm going to switch this up. I'm going to go first this time. You know what? I'm tired of going last and not mattering. After I just mattered last time, but the 6 before that, I didn't matter.
Well, you know what? Now you're gonna solve one of those problems. You're not gonna go last. I don't know if you're gonna matter, but
Damn you. So mean to me all the time. All right. Tailspin, Inspector Gadget. Oh, this is tough. 90s classic versus a vintage classic. God. I'm going to go with...
I like that comparison.
tough faces.
I didn't know what...
90s classic versus a vintage classic.
Vintage classic, is that like saying the same thing twice? Classic.
So something that's only 32 years old versus something that's 39 years old.
Inspector Gadget is from when, like 1980, 79? Wasn't it super old?
I think 83. So
83.
39 years. And
Okay.
Tailspin is from 90 or 91, so
Okay.
32.
Right.
Just stupidity, but it's so dumb and stupid.
So dumb and stupid. And I'm gonna go with the vintage classic Inspector Gadget.
Upset
Yeah,
here.
I'm going with a little 6-3 upset. You got to have some kind of upset here. And I'm going. I love Tailspin, but Inspector Gadget. I think I loved that more as a kid. So that's what I'm going with. Inspector Gadget. Cast. Who do you got?
I'll get you next time, Gadget.
Oh,
I'm going with Inspector Gadget. This was
wow! There we go. First
it's
upset.
not even close. As great as
It is
the
close. Tailspin
as
is
the
better.
As great as the Tailspin theme song is, I love Inspector Gadget.
Yeah, and that's we're doing theme songs here. The theme song for
I'm not talking
Tailspin is
about-
better, but
talking about the
Inspector
show.
Gadget is better.
I think he said cast. I don't think he said duh. Yeah, I like the Inspector Gadget theme song better. It's fun to play on guitar. It's a little bit close to In the Hall of the Mountain King, which is da na 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 na.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, it's a fun one. That's all I have to say.
Duff.
Well,
Let's
doesn't
hear it, even though
matter.
you don't matter.
Yeah, now I don't matter. Even though Tailspin is the obvious choice here, Inspector Gadget is an excellent theme song, amazing theme song, and a better cartoon. But Tailspin, the theme song, I mean, come on. I mean, that gets anybody up and moving. I don't care. You could have grandma in a wheelchair. She's going to get up and moving because she's hearing Tailspin.
Better catch her. She's probably gonna fall over right and face plant right in the ground.
Break her hip. What?
God.
You should put it on right now. Maybe you'll get up and move out of here.
Oh, yo.
Tailspin.
Picks.
All right, the 6 seed is moving on. Little upset action there. All right, our last matchup of the first round, our last matchup of this episode, we have the number 7 seed, G.I. Joe, versus the number 2 seed, Chippendale's Rescue Rangers. Duffy, I'll give you the honor of going first on this one.
I mean, I feel like I should pick something for my namesake. And yes, I played with the action figures. They weren't dolls, they were action figures. When I was a kid, I watched the cartoons. At the end of the day, though, I still got to go Chippendale. I got to go the favorite again here. I picked all the favorites because they're favorites because they're the favorites. And Chippendales
All right, John Madden.
is, should I start drawing some diagrams and circles and X's?
Bam, boom. Yeah.
Whatever that was.
Is that out?
But Chippendale, not the exotic male dancers, but the Rescue Rangers. Phenomenal theme song and better cartoon as well. Even though I enjoyed G.I. Joe, Chippendale takes the victory here and they move on to the next round.
All right. Cast, what say you?
You want to say it so that your opinion matters and mine doesn't?
I think we're both going with the same one anyway.
This is just a bad matchup.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't say
just,
that.
just luck of the draw. I think so. I think that the better I think GI Joe
Whoa.
would have stood a chance with Widget, maybe.
Looks like we were trying to say 6 thick thistle sticks.
No, definitely not. I don't even know. I don't even know if you were trying to say 6 thick thistle sticks there. I think it just kind of forced its way out. That was like a burp. It was like I think you're trying to say 6 thick thistle sticks. Yeah, I mean it's obvious. Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers, because that's one of the best theme songs of all time. I honestly don't even really remember what the GI Joe song sounds like. I looked it up before we did our draft, and it didn't really stick in my head. I used to watch the cartoon and I liked it, but Chip and Dale by far.
All right, Chip and Dale for me. I think that's just an easy one. I think that's one of the favorites here in this tournament as a whole. So let me share the screen and send our viewers off with our YouTube viewers off with a visual representation of where we're at heading into our next episode. The next time we pick up this tournament, we will have the number 1 seed Doug versus Tiny Toons, 2 versus 3 Simpsons versus DuckTales, and then over in the East we have the Turtles versus the Animaniacs, and the one upset Inspector Gadget will go up against Chip and Dale's Rescue Rangers. I hope everyone enjoyed our first try at this tournament thing. It's pretty fun. And
I did not have fun.
You didn't have fun?
No.
That makes me sad.
I had fun. I'm looking forward to hopefully some more disagreements coming up. There's definitely some tough choices in round 2.
Yeah, I think the business is going to pick up here in the Elite Eight. So we will see you next time for the Technodrome cartoon theme song tournament. Take care, everybody.
Toodles.